Yeah, hi all. Welcome to the next session of Node.js development. Joshua, tell me you're able to see my screen and as well as you're
Yes,
able
sir.
to hear my voice. Yeah, fine.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, fine, fine. So, as part of our previous class, what we have discussed, creating the first Node.js project. If you want to create it, we have to go to a specific folder where we want to create our project. First, we need to decide. After that, what is the project you want to create? That folder name also we have to create again. You understood? So whatever the project name and first node project or whatever first node app, you write the notation. Usually we use like all small letters, lowercase letters, and if you have two words, we use hyphen. Then we go there to that location in the command prompt. We enter into we cd into that location. There we need to type one command like npm init. So that's it. This is the way we'll be creating the Node.js application. That everything we usually start from the scratch. The moment you write this, then some prompting something will be prompted over there, like it will ask like what you want your package name, same first node app only one different, no same, like that it will ask two three questions. You have to answer it if you want to change it. If not, just push enter, right? That's it. Next is the moment you are finished with this one, then immediately a package.json file will be created in this particular folder called first node app folder. Clear? So in that it will be created. That is what creating first node project. As a developer, especially as a backend developer, what we do is we keep on adding more folders and more files to that particular project, and we make it big. So but the starting, it will create only package.json file. Clear? Then you will create one source folder or whatever you create. Inside that you create .js files you will be creating, and you'll be doing modules. It's a node, right? Backend you are doing. Node means every JS file can be a module. So you create the modules. You create one folder, and again in that you will be creating the modules. Or you want to create the modules separately, like you are dealing with one school related project. In that, all student related modules you want to put under student folder. All teacher related modules you want to put under teacher folder, right? Like that you want keep the things in separate. Yes, that also you can able to do. Clear? Means slowly one by one you'll be increasing, and you'll be installing the other packages also in your application, like third party packages. We talked about the packages modules, right? The moment you do that npm install, you will be doing it. Then immediately in the package.json file, in the dependency section will come. There you can see that dependency, and also that complete whatever the package you are installing, the code will be there for the package. That everything will come and store in the node modules folder. Then one extra folder called node modules will be created under your project called this one, first node app or whatever. Clear? Means what I'm telling you, step by step, slowly you'll be building the complete application. No. Yeah. Other than that, we talked extensively about the concept called modules, right? We talked about 2 days about this, right? Yeah. So in that, we have already seen about like custom module, the purpose of custom modules, and our user defined other thing, how we use and how we create and how we exchange the data between two custom modules. In order to do that, first we need to make it export ready. Whichever from whichever the module you wanted to send the data, first you have to make it export ready, and wherever you actually wanted to use it, there we need to import it. Which one you want to import, whichever one you want, you can import. You don't need to import only one thing, sir. You can import multiple also. Clear? But the only thing is you have to read the path properly and syntax properly. Next, we have seen core modules also, which are already directly available through Node.js. You no need to install separately for them. The moment Node.js is installed in your computer, that software, whenever it is installed, at that time only, what all the things are installed. Such modules are called what? Core modules. In them we have so many, but out of them we have something like OS module, something like what? HTTP module, and something like what? FS module. Clear? In that we have just seen example for like OS module and some internal. See, module means it will export something, right? What it will export is some functions, some object it will export. Okay, if you take object, what object internally contains properties and methods? What object contains properties and methods? So that is what only we are having, right? OS dot platform, OS dot architecture, all are methods, right? What you imported is that OS, that is like one object. That object internally contains properties. You can use them as well. Clear? And whenever you are exporting multiple things, also you can export using that array concept. Like you use an array, two, three things you can export. The only thing is when you are importing, the same order you need to follow. Clear? Yeah. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to learn something about file system module now. What file system module? Module is file system module, and so when you talk about this file system module, it's actually called FS, but it's a file system module. Why we use this is generally to interact with the file system of the computer. Interact with the file system of the computer. Because we are writing the code wherever you say, either in company or whatever it is for learning purpose, whatever, wherever we write the code, we'll write in the code in one of the systems, right? Any OS whatever, but we'll be writing inside the system. So definitely system will have this one, right? This yellow color file folder, whatever you say, explorer or whatever that is internally will be there. In that, what people will have folders and files will be there. So like that, with any file you want to interact, like with that folder system you want to interact, like we'll be using a module called this one. Using this, we generally do three operations actually. What is that? Writing operation. Writing means we'll write something into that files from program. That is important. From Node.js, we'll write something into the file systems. Clear? Clear, Harish? Yeah. Next, we do one more called read. We'll read something from the files into our computer, our program. I repeat, write is something from program. We write something into the files. Reading means from the files, we read something into our program. And there will be something like append. That append. Append is like already file will be there. Into that you are updating the file. Writing the file means it is like overriding, creating a new file, or if file is registered, that will be overridden. But when you talk about append, it will not remove the it will not override the file. It will just add extra things to the file. It will just only attach. That's why we call it as appending. So you will do these three operations. Clear? To file system module. Already talked about this concept called what? Asynchronous programming. So when you talk about the programming, any programming, generally two categories of programming are there. The programming style, I say, not languages. Languages have multiple, many. But the style is like asynchronous and synchronous. When you talk about synchronous, you know very well that everything step by step. First step to second step to third step to fourth step to something like this. If first step completed, then only second step starts. Second step totally completed, then only third step. So that concept is called what? Synchronous programming. But asynchronous is something where there are some limitations with synchronous. Limitations, some problems, or I can say okay, disadvantage or something, some limitation. That assume in the third step you are doing one activity. That activity is internally taking some more time, but fourth step is actually not depending on the third step. Fourth step is an independent step, fifth are independent steps. But these are unnecessarily waiting for third step to be completed. Assume this third step is something like reading the data from the file. That's it. Just to read it and store in one variable. When you will use also you don't know. But read and store in one variable. You understood? That reading happening, it will wait. But what asynchronous will do is processor, right? Processor will execute all these things. In the processor, we have some what do I say? Uh, some space will be there for each activity. Some activities will happen like simultaneously. So what we will do is, if we use asynchronous programming style, this concept of reading the file or whatever is happening in the background, then fourth step, fifth step, things will be keep on happening. At some place that reading might be completed, then that value will be given to that variable. Understood? That is called what? Asynchronous programming. In real time, not real time, but with what I say, it's not real time. It's called a real life example. Okay, I can say just a minute. So whenever you visit any hotel, normally a good hotel, there you will be having the desk or what we say like tables. They'll be giving you a table, like table one, table two. Assume like you're going two, three people and you are like that. Then assume you are at table two or something table three. Then waiter will come to you. First you will go to table one, next to table two, table three. Right? Assume you are at table two. First you will go to table one, right? Then you will take the order. Then what he will do? Right? Or he will tell to the that chef what to be done, and then he will come to you, right? Then you will take your order. Then you will go there, and you will again tell them, right? Yes or no? While if first person's order completed, he will serve that, and he will again go to third one. You understood what I am telling? Got it? This is called asynchronous. Means the first one's food is or whatever that order is getting prepared at that time is not waiting. That is in the background. The process is happening. Waiter is not waiting. Waiter is doing his next duty. Clear. Synchronous style is take order from first one. Go there. Give the order. Then waiter will wait there. He will take the order and he will wait until it dish is finished. Then he will take that and he will give to the first table. Then only you will move to the second table. You understood, right? I know. I hope you got the disadvantages of this. Clear? Clear or not, Bargo? So this style is synchronous. Later, whatever to first, whatever I told is called asynchronous. So due to asynchronous, the performance of the program or the performance of the softwares will be increasing. What the meaning of performance? Less time. Generally, performance means what, sir? Less time. In the less time, same activity to be done. So softwares are uh, working with a very good performance means they are not taking much time to do that activity. So unnecessary there will be some lags due to this synchronous nature that will be stopped with the help of asynchronous. Clear? Why I'm talking about all these things? Because in the file system module also, whenever you are doing these activities, in two ways you can do. Synchronous way you can do, asynchronous way. Clear? And as a programmer, we write only function, but function internally two functions will be there for write everything two functions. But as a programmer, we write simply write the function only. But in the background, one will work in a asynchronous style, other will work in a synchronous style. Clear? So that's it. Now we are going to see that practically. What is the folder? Full stack backend. Backend only, but ours is not Java. Node.js, right? In that already we created one app. Okay. So in this already we created two files also, right? Yeah. Now I want to open this complete application in the whole Visual Studio Code. Okay. Yeah. Here you are having, and here this is high. Okay, got it. Yeah, we can create one more also, right? How many modules you want, you can able to create. Now, so if you look at this, hello is a module which is what type of custom or user defined. Into that I imported another module which is high. That is also custom. Yes or no? See, when you talk about real time things, all are combinations, not just one. In that, one more will come and now. Uh, I want to create something. Yeah, what is the module name? File work, file related work, file work. Okay, now, you can write anything here. I'm just writing something. Welcome to FS module. Now I want to import it. How to import anything required? And also we know very well that FS is a what kind of module? It's a built-in or core module. You no need to install, directly available. So directly use this, and yeah, it's there, right? You write any local name for that. So it need not be FSR. Most of the times people, if you look at online somewhere, if you search for the syntax, people will write FS here. but what I say is like, it's not mandatory thing to use fs as the same name. It's like alias name or local name, you write anything you want. Okay, just to make it change, I'm writing something fs underscore. Now, uh, what is that? Once we importing is done, means we got that fs into our program. Now our program is that file was right here, we can able to use it, we can take the leverage of that, means whatever it might be there in the fs module, those properties or methods, we can able to use them. Now I want to use that fs here, right? It's a module, uh, it's Node.js module, okay, whatever it is. I want to write the data. Okay, two files only, we are two methods only we have to think about: write file and write file sync. Write file and write file sync. I'm writing about write file sync now. Here, now it will internally have after parenthesis whatever we have is called what, inside the parenthesis what we have is parameters. If you look at this, how many parameters are there here? One, two, two commas are there, means three parameters. One comma, two parameters. Sir. Two commas means three parameters. One is the file path. Next is the data. What data you want to write into the path. Next is options. Is like optional. Question mark is there, no? Question mark indicates actually optional. Okay. First two are important. Path, a file. Which file you want to create. Next is what data you want to create. Understood? Now I want to create one new file. Okay. Uh, okay, info, file name is info. See sir, text files only we can create, image file we cannot create. Dot pmp, you cannot write some, I hope you understood. Dot png, dot bmp, you can, mostly the text files only we can able to create. Reading the data means text files. Clear? Now, systems will read binary files because the zeros and ones it knows binary. But as a human being, like as a normal programmer, we can read only text related data. Now here you can pass any data. That data before you declare in the third line and you pass it, sir, or directly you write it. You understand? I want to keep it very simple. Just I am writing hi, hello. That's it. Okay. Now here I have written something like. Last line something like end, and after that here I want to write more activity like maybe some kind of file is written or created, whatever it is. Okay, now I want to execute this. How to execute this? You are already in the location, right? The command will be node space filework.js. Hit enter. Now what it is? Welcome to fs module, file is written and end, right? Yes or no? And if you look at that, here the file is created. Sir, earlier there is no info.txt, sir. Doubt, you're having doubts. Okay, this is my OneDrive problem. Open and reopen. Created. How I created? Generally, how you know mouse, new, text. This you know, right? Files. I am talking about file. Text file out. This only you know. But now how we are creating through program. Yes, sir. No, we have written one line, sir. With that only it is created. In that what text we have written, what data we have written one here, just something like hi, hello. Okay, we see that, right? Now, as a programmer, you can write anything into that here. You declare one variables are here. That variable you can able to write over there. In that variable you can have large data, that data you can able to write here. Understood or not? You remove this sir, in that place you write that variable name. Here I can write where data equal to so much of data I will write, simply write the data can be written. Understood? Now if I get the data from the database, that data I can store in one variable, that data I can print into one file. I can create one file. Clear? So that's it. In this way usually will be what I say, like we'll be writing the files. Clear? Now, okay, I want to write another content now. Okay, already in that, what is the content, sir? Hi, hello. What I am writing? Dear all, right? Now, again, re-execute this. Okay, welcome to FS module. File is written, and this is what write file will do. Write file will write the new file if file is not existed. Listen to that carefully. Write file is a method. What write file will do is, writing is a method. Okay, what write file will do is, like write option, whatever write option will do, like if the file is not existed, it will create a new file. The file is already there, it will overwrite the file. It will overwrite. What is the meaning of overwrite? Changing the content, means like completely changing the content. Clear? No doubt, right, in this, Harish? Clear, right? I'll show you the difference here. Now what I have written, append file sync, right? Something, whatever append file. Now already what is the file value? Dear all. What I have written now? How are you? Right now save, and welcome to FS, file is written end, right? You understood the difference, right? It will update, just it will update the existed content. That is what append will do. That is the difference between append and write. Clear? Same story, sir. Here, this is a method name is append file sync. Earlier is write file sync. Method name is earlier write file sync. What write file sync will do is, it will write the data into your file in a synchronous format. That's it. That internally works in a synchronous way. That's it. Programs will work in two ways. I told you, no. That's it. Append file sync also, it will do append activity, but it will work in a synchronous way. Now we have a method called write file. What is the method name? Write file. See, you don't worry about all other things. Just look at this. Write file is a file. When a file is a file name, okay, leave it. It asynchronously writes the data to the file, replacing the file if it already existed. Whatever data can be any string or any buffer, whatever. But it is important. It asynchronously writes data to the file. Clear? And same same options will be there. Data and options will be there. One thing will be there, like extra callback function will be there here. So here I am writing, what I am writing, info 2 dot text here, asynchronously writing. Okay, so yeah, callback, you're passing this one data, and then now callback. See, callback also colon, after that what it is telling. See, path is like a path description. Data is like a string or array buffer something. Callback is what type? See, no parameter callback. So callback function should be there, what, without any parameters. You already know about callback functions, sir? No, that this message you can write here normally. Now you can re-execute this. Now see the difference. See these two statements. Do you find any difference? What is the difference? Sir, it is done with the synchronous way, sir. This is done with the asynchronous. What is the difference you are able to see, Vijay, here? Hmm? Here end printed at the ending, but here end printed at the second line. Meaning is, if you look at this synchronous, file written it is waiting, sir, until your file total completed. It is waiting. Once a file total writing is done, then only next statement. But this end is nothing to do with writing the file, right? End is an independent statement or not, but it is waiting until that writing is happening in synchronous way. But coming to the asynchronous way, welcome to file something fs model printed, then immediately what happened, this okay, write file happening. How? Asynchronous, it will, the processes keep on happening, then immediately next thing is executed, then after that that activity is completed, that's why it is printed. That is what asynchronous. Clear? Same is the case with append also. No need to do that. Append will simply, the changes, it will not remove the total content. It will simply only add the extra content. Clear? Clear, Bargo? Now, read operation. This time it is about read operation. Reading meaning, already that what I say, content should be already available. Our file should be already available, and that file will be reading. Understood? Something should be available, sir, that one will be reading, right? This reading also you can do in two ways. Same fs, yeah, read file sync. What read file will do? Asynchronously reads the entire contents of a file. It is synchronous. Synchronous is not mentioned, but asynchronous is mentioned. Clear? For see the documentation of asynchronous version of this means this is synchronous. Sorry, here he gave link for asynchronous means this is synchronous. Similar to read file, when the path same, everything is similar, but it is synchronous. Okay. Now first I will do synchronous. Okay, I'm doing synchronous. Here you have to provide the paths from which one you want, encoding something, but optional it is actually, you can normally get it. Flag and all. Okay, you can directly read the data sir here. Okay, few things will be there, but they are extra. Now important thing, wait. Important thing is that we'll get the data. Read file sync. What the return type? What is the return type? Buffer. Buffer means data. Buffer means data only. Now, okay, I'll show that variables are info. I want to print that data. Are you following? I'll be getting some data, sir. The data I want to print. So from where I am getting info.txt and I am storing that into one variable like this one, you can, or you write A, B, C, X, you write whatever. Don't think like this info should be same and all. Don't think in that way. Clear? Now, how to print? Yeah, normally print console dot log. You write info. Okay, that's it. Save. Okay, you rerun this. Um, uh, if you want some confirmation also, okay, this some acknowledgement or whatever. Reading file done. Okay, I repeat the execution. Yes, reading file done. Something. See, first this is coming, next this is coming, next data is coming because you have written in that order. Are you following? That because I use sync. Sync means step by step. Actually, data came, sir, but not in your format. See, actually, from where to where data coming? Huh? From where to where this data is coming, sir? Hmm? In this case, file, right? The data is coming from file, right? Yes, sir. No, info.txt is a file, sir. Where are you? Info.txt is here. No, that is a file. From that file, you are getting the data into here, right? Yes, sir. No. When you are doing that, the file data will send the data in its own encoded format. Means for everything, it will have its own code. What is this, sir? Dear all. D1 code, E1 code, A1 code, R1 code, space 1 code, A, all, right? At least observe 6C, 6C. L. Sir, dear all in that L. Understood data already transferred, but which you cannot see. It's not human readable format, but it is absolutely machine readable format. It understands it. Clear? It's an encoding, sir. Some encoding will be there, like ASCII value. Some encoding will be there. It will be working with that. Clear? Now the problem is we need in our what our we have to understand, right? That format problem here we can change the format actually. Uh, there is something like stringify or something like that will be there. I think two string. I think we'll see that two string or stringify. Two methods will be there. Which one will convert into our understandable format? We'll see that. Converted. Clear? Got it. So this is about welcome to FS module and reading file done. Next, dear all something happened. Clear? Clear? Nothing, sir. The same data only. Just I changed its format. There is a method called toString. It will come. Strings we can understand. String means set of characters. But internal codes, ASCII values, ASCII codes, UTF-8 codes, character codes, those things we cannot understand. But normal characters or set of characters we can understand. That's why we are writing toString. Clear? Now, yeah, here I am writing wrong. Wrong means uh, spelling wrong. Meaning is that file is not there. Sir, no. Sorry, you are writing spelling wrong. Meaning is what? There is no file called. But still we are trying to read the data from that file. So you should not think only in one direction. Don't think like we have written wrong file name. You also think in another way like you have written wrong name because of that we cannot read the data from empty file. Means non-existent file, not even empty file, non-existent file. Sir, if file is not there, writing you can do, sir. New file will be created. Append also you can do, sir. New file will be created. But you are doing what? Reading. You are doing reading means no data should come, right? But it should throw error. Definitely, you are trying to read the data from a file which is not existed. Now see what is the first line printed? Welcome to FS module. But after that, it is telling some internal error binding is not happening. Okay, what is the error code it gave? Error code or something? ENONENT. Okay, every Node.js or JS error will have one code. But whatever it is, the description is no such file or no such directories existed which we are trying to open. So in this location, first node app in inf.txt we are actually trying to open, but we found no such things. Clear? That a big error message came. Got it? Now, no reading file printed, no end is printed, everything up stopped and abruptly everything stopped and it went there. See, that is what the problem of synchronous. Understood? In write you might have not seen that much problem, but here you are able to see. Clear? Clear, Bargo. Now see, I am writing read file. But here there is a difference in style. There is only one thing, callback function is there. But here this callback function is having two parameters. Observe error, next is data. Callback is having how many parameters? Two, error and data. Now observe what I am writing. I will add the callback function, okay? But not empty this time. It is having two parameters. I am writing one parameter. So next to the obviously error. Error is what? Some Node.js error exception or error number something. Second parameter is some data. whatever it might be the data will come there. Clear? Now important thing is here. Okay, here simple logic here. If condition, right? ERR means actually error will come. If it is error, it will be like true. If no error, it will be false. Understood? If it is error, you can display some error message here. Clear? What I am writing? Unable to open file. Clear? Clear. Uh, Else case means no error, right? Else case means no error. If no error is there, what you can do is like you can print that data. If no error is there, what you can do? You can print the data. The advantage is you no need to create new variable and store the data into that variable and all. You no need to do all these activities and you no need to do this also. That is the advantage of synchronous. Understood? Clear? So directly you will call this like if you remember front end you can get it when you are connecting to the back end and all. If it is true then false, then into then directly data will come. You will not store the data in another variable directly there on. Okay, fine. If you don't know that also, other people they also can easily understand this. Simply callback function here. If error, if or you can write if error equal to true also whatever. If error is there, okay, directly write error. If error is there, then unable to open file. If not, the data will be printing. Clear? Now save the file. Okay, reload it. What it is telling? End, but unable to open. This unable to open came later because that process started and happening. Clear? Clear, Arish? Now see info.txt. Now this time observe. No problems at all. This one data also came, but last because asynchronous because it is not waiting. Other things are immediately happening. So that's it. This is about file system. Clear? But I want you people to implement all six. Three operations are write operation, read operation, append operation. In each operation, two ways: synchronous way, asynchronous, synchronous way, asynchronous. Clear? So I don't want to get into other thing because I want you to be first good with uh, all the things like which we started basic things. I want you to be good with. Clear? So file system module is very important module. Uh, Other than what I say in core modules, we don't have much modules. We have so many, but we don't use all of them in our real-time programs. We use only very few. Third party we use, sir. Most of the third party modules we use. In core we use only 3 4. Out of them, FS is very important. Clear? Clear. So file system module is a special module available in the core modules, and it is used to connect from your program to file system of the computer. And by connecting, you can do write operation or read or append operation. The only difference between the write and append is write will write a file if file not existed. If new file is not existed, create a new file. File is already existed, it will completely override the data and writes the new data. But append is something, if file not there, new file created, but file already there, it will simply attach the data to the file. It will not remove the content or it will not override the content. Reading is already, if the file is there, then from the file it will read the contents into your program. Clear? If the data is coming into your programs or from program, you can do anything. You can send the data to front end. Yes or no? That you will learn later, but you can send the data to front end in the form of response. So from the server, you are reading the data from your file. That data you are sending to client. Yes, that is what happens. Clear? So that's it. That is about file system module. So yeah, Joshua, I hope you are able to understand the file system module. If you are any doubt, just
Yes,
let me
sir.
know.
I'm following. No, sir, please.
Clear, right? Yeah. But just to practice the same, Joshua. So don't forget to practice the same. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So you guys, you are having any doubts? Clear, right? So you also don't forget, don't postpone practicing. Today only you practice. It looks easy when I am doing, but you have to do. Clear? So it is all about, see, if you write the moment, read file, write file, file async, everything will come. You don't need to take that read file, what I say, names, screenshots also not required. Why? Because the you know how to write this, right? The moment you write fs dot, it only will give. Write, if you write w, if you write file sync will come, write file will come. R if you write read file sync will come. Append if you write ap, if you write append file sync will come. So try to utilize them and try to implement the all six methods. Clear? Okay, then we'll see other things in the next section.